Hello, and welcome to Stasis Pod, the Beast Wars podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
I'm David, and we still have a guest named...
With special guest star, Matt Monzo Karpowicz. Insert air quotes in there.
Yay. And musical guest, Fun!
And our very special guest is here for a very special episode.
Oh, man.
I knew there was no way Karpowicz was a real name.
It's interesting.
Well, nobody can spell it, so it's possible it's not.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
It's not that hard to figure out once you figure out what the first letter is.
So, it is the third part of the Agenda Trilogy, the last part. The one where you know it's serious, because they switch over to Roman numerals for the episode title.
Which is kind of...
Why?
I hadn't actually... I write down in my notes, the title of the episode, so when I edit it, I can put it on the file. And I hadn't actually paid attention to Agenda Part 2. I just wrote 2. And then I saw 3. It's like, wait, Roman numerals? What? Did I miss something? Apparently they just changed. Why? Who knows?
Reasons.
Well, so they didn't want people to think they'd missed the previous 10 parts of the agenda when they did the agenda part 2.
So when we last left our intrepid Maximals, they were under fire from both Megatron and the Turncoat Ravage.
Who inexplicably turned into a cassette, even though he obviously can't turn into a cassette like that.
Yes.
Well, it might have just been a hallucination, because he's back in Jaguar form piloting the ship.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, well, we don't see him again in piloting the ship for a while in the episode, so who knows? Maybe he just keeps slipping back and forth.
He had to get to the end of that side.
Or, yeah, he probably just wanted to listen to his tunes during the fight, and...
Can you listen to the tunes when they're coming out of you? That seems weird.
I guess. I don't know.
As long as there's a speaker.
Well, that's true.
It sounds
but
different.
Can you hear the
sing,
speaker from inside the tape deck?
Just depends on how it's set up.
Anyway, so not only is he besieging the base, but also the surviving Predacons, which in this case is Rampage and Quickstrike.
Oh my, Quickstrike is still in this show, and he's riding a tank full of crab.
It's pretty badass.
Rampage is just letting Quickstrike ride him, which seems undignified.
It does, but Quickstrike is only in half the episodes of this season, isn't he? Every other episode, it seems like he's gone.
Yeah.
Well, they're both are they both arthropods? Well, no, one's an arachnid.
Well, one is half of an arthropod.
Half arthropod, half snake.
It's the part with the legs, at least.
Yes.
My theory, based on what's going to happen in a bit, is that Rampage just didn't notice Quickstrike.
Yeah, because the autoguns knock him off Rampage, and Rampage just runs him over.
And Cheetor and Optimus wince.
Oh, yeah. He just gets...
There's scorpion guts everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I figure stuff came out of him. It's like stepping on a packet of ketchup.
Oh.
Now, I didn't notice, but did Quickstrike actually get any lines, or did he just show up?
I think he made some noises.
Yeah, he shouts. I'm not sure if it was full words, though.
Well, that's enough to get his voice actor a paycheck.
Yeah. I mean, Rampage doesn't actually have any verbal lines either.
I think he laughs, though.
He laughs, and he makes a bunch of Rampage noises.
Which could have just been stock noises that they have flying around at this point.
Well, no, because the laugh is definitely new.
It is? Oh.
He definitely has a laugh like that.
Again.
It seems like there would have to be some kind of union rules against, using your character's previous laughter and not paying you to get out of paying you for the episode.
Well, I figured they'd probably pay him, but they wouldn't have to have him come in the studio just to laugh.
Yeah, it could be you still get royalties, you don't get a session fee or something like that.
Yeah, you get half pay or something.
But anyway, this is all just a setup for an amazing Rat Trap action sequence.
Yeah, what?
Oh, yes.
Rat Trap knows who Evil Knievel is.
Yes.
He says he's going to Knievel out there.
Well, no, he goes into Knievel mode.
Oh, Knievel mode.
Yes. He refers to his vehicle mode as Knievel mode. And then he uses it to drive up a ramp through a hole in the bridge's ceiling.
One of the many
skylight
in the Axelon.
And then the shield blinks out for a sec to let him go through, and he lands on the ship with a welding torch.
Which is like in the shape of a gun, which, okay.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's some kind of gun that also has like a welding torch mode.
Yeah, I mean, it seems reasonable if you're going to do like a sci-fi plasma torch that you design it something like that.
Yeah.
The flamethrower design for the flamethrower Destro uses in G.I. Joe The Rise of Cobra looks kind of like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's got a cartridge stock, too, doesn't it?
It looks like there's an energon crystal or something in there.
Well, someone's got to power it.
Like there's something blue and glowy that powers it.
If I were writing the sci-fi description for it, I would call it a plasma cutter.
Yeah, plasma cutter. Alright, so before long, this brings down the shield, especially once Rampage fires what appears to be a giant nuclear missile at it.
Yeah, because he actually, well, you see the display from his point of view, and he selects a specific missile, but I couldn't actually see which one it is. It's probably the nuke, because it makes a big explosion.
Yes.
And then this prompts Rhinox to actually come out of the base, and we get two huge guys firing two huge guns at each other.
Yeah. First we get Rhinox saying, well, that's just dandy.
Oh, he's got a catchphrase now. Oh, wait, has he seen Space Dandy?
No.
I don't know, but clearly he's seen some John Woo movies.
Oh, actually brings me back to a second before that. Rat Trap said something about called himself a stainless steel rat.
Yes.
And he's read books by Harry Harrison.
Yes, that is what I like to call a deep cut there.
That's a big deep
cut.
cut.
That was a reference to
an old sci-fi series that I forget if I actually read any of them. I know I've read other stuff by Harry Harrison.
He's kind of like a Han Solo kind of character.
Basically, yeah. Although he's kind of sort of sneaky and conniving, like Han before he becomes a hero.
Or he's kind of like Rat Trap.
Yeah. It's a perfect moniker to call it. It works in both ways.
And he is literally a stainless steel rat.
That would be the second way, yes.
It's good. Bob Forward gets a thumbs up for that reference.
That's the best reference of the show.
This episode has a lot of references.
Yeah. So, there's so many references. Anyway, Rhinox is jumping sideways while shooting guns, and he's the most badass Rhinox has ever been.
I'm not sure it's the most. It's tied with the time when he fired the chain guns so much that he was buried like knee deep in shells.
Right, I forgot that.
Yes.
Okay, this is a close second. This is a more actiony badass Rhinox.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he's just seen some John Woo movies, early stuff.
So yeah, Tarantulas is now in the ship. They prepare a gigantic missile. It seems to take up like half of the ship's mass is in this gigantic missile.
Yeah, I don't know how it got up, because it's like right behind the cockpit, but the Maximals had been in there right behind the cockpit before? So where was this missile stored earlier?
Maybe it was in like a crate disassembled and he put it together?
Maybe, I guess that's what Tarantulas has been doing when we haven't seen him for most of these episodes.
That's right. It's just in there with an Allen key and a bunch of missile parts.
Yeah.
SKU with umlauts over it, D.
Speaking of deep cuts.
Yeah.
Nice reference. But before they can launch this bunker buster at the Axelon, Rat Trap bursts in, glues a couple of grenades to Tarantulas' hands.
No, he has sticky bombs.
Yeah.
He has timed mines that he picked up on the lower level of the facility, so when the level's over, he's going to get the AC-10 rating from GoldenEye.
Oh, GoldenEye. Missed that.
And so, yeah, he glues these to him. Then Rat Trap just gets out of the ship, but rides this gigantic missile like Slim Pickens?
Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Another reference for Rat Trap. Rat Trap is full of references this episode, and
He's been reading, I mean, obviously the Maximal Elders, might have cut off or edited some information about Earth, but obviously they kept an awful lot of it around.
or Rat Trap wording it.
That is entirely a possible and appropriate.
Did the explosives on Tarantulas, did they actually blow him up?
They don't blow him up.
Well,
But
they
blow
him up.
Ravage up.
Yeah, they blow up the cockpit, so I guess Tarantulas gets them off, and yeah, lit in peace.
Well, no, we see that fire coming from the back. They blew him up.
I think this falls into what I said.
Episode.
Yeah, what I said last episode about how after they were dictated who to kill off at the beginning of season 2, they decided to just kill them all and let Hasbro sort them out. So, yeah, Tarantulas looks dead. I mean, he doesn't look dead, but there is a gigantic explosion that one would be fair to believe killed him.
Yes, but it's
Ravage lets out a much sadder Decepticons forever as he sees the fireball coming toward him.
Yeah.
Oh, Ravage.
Goes out proudly. Oh, poor little Russian.
Lived for that long. He survived for that long, and Rat Trap killed him. He was
As we're
killed.
going to see throughout the rest of this episode, Rat Trap is the maximal MVP here.
This noble Decepticon, this noble Jaguar, this poor cat was eventually brought low by a mere rat.
I can't believe he died before he had the chance to do the pose from every single comic book and box art.
Bottle sheet jump.
Maybe
he'll get a redeco of Cheetor next year.
You know, if he'd done that model sheet jump, he might have got out of his ship before it exploded.
That would be something to go back in and remaster these episodes and just have a cutout of Ravage in that pose jumping out a window. So anyway, the ship crashes while Rat Trap's doing his strange love stuff on the missile.
And it just narrowly crushes, or it just narrowly misses crushing Rampage.
Yeah, it misses crushing Rampage. It slides in between rocks. Rampage is there. He's actually panicked for I think the first time in the entire series.
Oh yeah.
And he stands up, it's like, oh, I'm fine. And then the missile starts beeping, and, well, I'm sorry, Protoform X, but we're gonna give it to you. And it's a nuke. X, you're gonna give it to you.
Yep. The crash sequence is awesome. It's like something out of Die Hard 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The wings come off, and it's sliding across the ground, and everything's shaking, and Rat Trap bails at the last possible moment, and it's just... They must have lifted it from somewhere, because that is... Well, no, I don't want to give them that little credit, but they very obviously were looking at a bunch of reference material for how you show something crashing and make it look awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
so Megatron is somewhat put out by this series of events, but he's not finished yet. So he transforms to dinosaur mode and he takes off.
Yeah, he scoots out, but Rat Trap, from the explosion, the nuke, gets flung through the air, lands in Rhinox's arms, and then goes full Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, that's exactly the note I had.
It's like, my hero, and then he kisses Rhinox.
And then Rhinox just drops him.
Yes.
So clearly Looney Tunes is part of the Earth culture that the Maximals have access to.
Yeah.
Or he just got told tales of it by his great aunt Artsy.
Yes.
Possibly. In the big DVD collection.
Optimus Primal notices that Megatron isn't heading back to the Decepticon base. In what seems like one of many examples in this episode of Optimus having read the script, but trying not to make it too obvious this time.
Yeah, it feels like it feels like a missing scene, like Dinobot told him stuff to expect that Megatron might do.
He did! It just happened off screen.
Yeah.
We know that
Primal
happened.
clearly knows what's going on, and he's not telling anybody else what's going on.
Which seems like a bad idea at this point. At least not telling Rhinox.
He's got to tell Rhinox, I mean, because of the end game.
Yeah, I mean, Rhinox kinda seems to know. It's
Rhinox
possible
seems
they
like he
told
knows
Cheetor
because
and he
tells.
forgot.
Yeah.
Or he just didn't quite understand, and so they gave up.
Or I guess Rhinox would be smart enough to figure it out on his own.
They tried to tell Cheetor, but he wasn't listening.
And also, Rhinox, so they pursue, Rat Trap is on Cheetor back, and Rhinox has to hop on the monkey surfboard, and he is not having it.
Oh, I like it. Primal just says, Rhinox, get on. In parentheses, me.
I told you, they're the Bara dads of the Axelon.
And he kind of has to do the little gesture, and while they're flying, we see Rhinox looking down and not looking too happy about it.
No, he is terrified of heights.
Oh, yeah. And it makes sense, because if there's one Maximal who was never meant to fly, it is Rhinox.
Yeah.
And he seemed more comfortable when he was falling out of that ship, because at least he was going in the right direction.
Yeah. Oh, falling. I can understand this. Flying, no. Rhino not meant to fly.
Well, jumping back a scene a moment, I thought it was kind of funny that they were allowed to show Rat Trap kissing Rhinox, but they weren't allowed to show Silverbolt kissing Black Arachnia.
He kissed him on the cheek, though.
And also, it's easier to figure out how their mouths work.
Yeah, it's like figuring out lip-on-lip contact. That's just, it's too far, and it's also too hard to animate.
And also, it's 1997, so clearly male-on-male affection isn't sexual.
No. And also, you gotta figure out how he's kissing her with that weird dog face of his.
Yeah, it's just,
we theorized earlier that there's probably a lot of licking involved, and nobody wants to see that.
tough.
Yeah, and, I mean, if you really wanted to figure it out, you're probably going to have to hire furries to do concept art. Nobody wants to do that.
I do think we've neglected to mention that, speaking of hiring consultants, that Ben Yee, the longtime Beast Wars fan and fan site operator, was the Transformers consultant for these past 3 episodes.
Ooh.
I believe he was also had the same job for Possession.
Huh.
I believe that wasn't his website one of the earliest fan websites for the show and was in the habit of posting early scripts? Or
yes.
Not early scripts as in before they came out, but like earlier versions of scripts that may not have reflected the final episode, but reflected what went into the recording booth.
Right, yes.
He was definitely one of the big early proponents of the series. I mean, long ago when we started with this, I talked about how a lot of the old fans were really wary to be nice. He was one of the ones who really, was a big advocate for the series, and that paid off for him, I guess you could say. But yeah, he was someone that they could trust to be friendly, which, we saw with some later series, all the stuff that happened with Bob Skier. We can see that that's not, sadly, something that you can assume from the fandom.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically he was someone who Bob Ford and Larry DiTillio realized from ATT that would be approachable and would be helpful and would be good to have consulting on these things, because he was just someone who was always so positive about the series from the very beginning.
Yeah. I remember you going online and just looking through all the toy reviews he did for the toys, in addition to the material he had about the episodes, and reading about these things called BotCon exclusives, and there's a convention for Transformers. I'd like to go to that someday.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's how he, got pulled into that, was mostly just by not being a jerk about things.
Remarkably hard kind of person to find on the internet these days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Ben is a very nice guy, and I don't mean that in the way that's come to mean.
He is not a capital N, nice capital G guy trademark. He's just,
yeah.
He's a very pleasant person.
Thumbs up.
Yes, he is a very pleasant person. I've hung out with him at many BotCons at this point, and yeah. So yes, he got to be one of the first official big name fans. And that was actually why he got away with, I have heard, I forget the source at this point, but I believe that was why he was allowed to have the BotCon, or the BeastWars.net URL without any sort of trademark challenge to it, just as part of the his agreement with them, they were cool with that. Nice. They didn't hassle him because he was someone who had been helping out.
Yeah. Well, at some point, though, he changed over to BWTF.com, though.
Yeah, well, long after Beast Wars was over
right,
and
it's
having...
now Ben's world of Transformers.
During that point where Beast Wars was too old to be entirely cool, but still... Or too new to be... Yeah, too old to be entirely cool, but too new to be retro. I can figure out words. Yeah. When it was in that point, like, well into the Unicron trilogy, he was like, maybe I should change the name to reflect that I am not just covering Beast Wars. And that's when he went over to BWTF and Ben's World of Transformers. Just to, not, especially because as Transformers has grown as such a big thing, you really don't want to just narrow yourself, make it look like you're narrowing yourself down to one particular incarnation if you're not.
Oh, yeah.
And he was pretty on the spot with covering Armada stuff, too.
Yeah.
Just like imagine a website branded Energon.
Ooh, yeah.
Unfortunate.
I had license plates.
Oh, you mean the Hasbro Collectors Club?
Yeah. Oh. I had license plates that said, or car tags that said Minicon for quite a while. So I guess that has remained at least moderately relevant.
It's come back in slightly different form now.
Yeah, if you had a website labeled Energon, you could have some remarkable potential and just squander it.
Yeah, that's...
So, meanwhile, Black Reckoning and Silverbolt are having the worst date night ever. And they're still clearing away a bunch of rocks, but they finally make their way into this cave, which turns out to be a volcano, and also is full of giant ancient spaceship.
Hold on.
You're skipping over the heroic rebel cleaning and one of the best lines.
Oh, yeah. You're right, I did.
We get something that would be a almost unforgivably awful fourth wall breaking joke if they didn't manage to entirely justify it in character and make it awesome in that respect too.
Yes.
Multiple levels.
Yeah, Silverbolt compares Black Arachne to the planet Venus. And of course, she's played by Venus Terzo. Haha.
Yes.
But as she notes, that means that he thinks that she's hot, poisonous, and deadly. And takes it as a great compliment.
Yeah, she does, and then he's like, "What? Oh, wait, no, that's not what oh, never mind.
I'll just go with it.
They're so great together.
Yeah.
We also get Black Arachnia commenting, what is it with guys and high explosives?
Yeah. Oh, I love the lighting in this shot where...
I had that exact same note too, it's great.
You see the rocks, and then the rocks fall down, and the foggy lighting, like, it kind of makes me think of an Indiana Jones movie where you're breaking through a wall, and the fog and the lighting, it's such a beautiful shot for such a short scene. It's like they didn't have to do that, but it just looks nice.
Yeah.
With low behind them, you can barely make them out. And she has her high explosives line. Oh, and we missed a spot, Jen missed a spot where there's a crow as Megatron flies by.
Oh, yes, I noticed it, but yes, that was around the point where I managed to knock over an entire glass of water on my coffee table, so I forgot to actually write it down. But there was totally a crow. Our crow friend has returned and made crow noises.
I'm surprised they actually noticed that, since at this point, this is one of my favorite episodes, so I was having a bit of wine with this episode. My notes are a little sketchy in places.
The music cue for the reveal of the spaceship is amazing, and then Silverbolt picks up Black Arachnia and carries her over the threshold of the ancient historical artifact that they've just discovered.
Well, they name it at that point, too. They call it the Ark, which was actually, at the time, as I recall, a name that had been exclusively used in the comics. They never really gave it a name in the cartoon.
That's correct. It was only ever Autobot headquarters.
Yes. So that was one of those things that had the comic faction of the fandom. Like, yes! It was exciting at the time.
Yeah, I think it's the first time the Ark was ever mentioned, like, by name.
Yeah, it could be.
Possibly.
But yes, and they reveal it, and It was very exciting at the time when it aired.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we get a really cool sequence immediately after this as Black Arachnia delivers the exposition about why, if you weren't a fan of this from the 80s, you should still care about this.
Yeah.
And it does a remarkably good job of explaining exactly that, and then also the cinematography is just super cool with them, like, panning around Black Arachnia's head with her talking, going from the shot inside the volcano to a shot of Cybertron in, like, daylight with the Ark launching, and then zooming in on the Ark launching and transitioning from the orangish gold metal exterior to the captain's chair and transitioning out from behind that, and then holy crap, it's G1 Autobots.
New model
Yes.
overload!
It's not exactly like the actual original More Than Meets the Eye episode scene, but it's close enough to be like,
It's just amazing. Like, they built the Ark and the inside of the Ark, and Optimus Prime, and there's like a blue streak, and Ratchet
I
and
saw
Ironhide.
Ratchet and Jazz.
There's a Jazz there? I know there's a
think that was
Ratchet and
Jazz.
Ironhide.
I paused it and watched it back a few times, and I think the person on the far right, in the way far background, is Jazz.
Okay, so that's like 4-ish new models at least of robots, plus the ship and the interiors. They put so much new stuff into this episode. It's
And the
mind-boggling.
Decepticon ship pursuing them.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
we don't see the Decepticons inside the ship yet, but
We don't see the Decepticons inside the ship, but yeah, they did another capital ship too.
It's
Yeah,
wow.
well, I
it's-
guess they're going to get to reuse that one, spoiler.
Wait, how would that happen?
so
I
much.
mean, it would be spoilers for the end of the episode to say why, but I don't think they're going to get to reuse that.
No, but it's amazing considering they honestly they could have just used a couple of scenes from G1 and just had like a filter over it. It's like, ooh, this old memories or something. It's like, why does it look
I mean,
like?
I don't know if they would have had the rights to that.
They probably wouldn't have the rights,
Yeah.
no, but that they actually put the time and the detail into making so many models. They only really needed to like have the Ark and then a shot of Optimus Prime's face to get it across. But no, they did so much more. Admittedly, we don't have like bumblebees and a bunch of other guys. Don't have dozens of new models, but more than
They
one.
kind of do. More on that later.
Well, there's a few
Yeah.
more. There's like I think 8 new models total, maybe, not counting the ships.
Yeah.
But
And-
still, it's like, did you
And
need-
they are pretty nice looking models.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I guess
it's
two more
hard
on
to
that one.
it's hard to convey the impact that this had at the time. In 1997, when now you can buy a zillion toys of Optimus Prime and he's in comic books and cartoons, but at the time,
Yeah.
Optimus Prime and his compatriots were relegated to sun-faded VHS tapes and dollar bin comics.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, something having a Transformers reference was like, oh my god, this is
Yeah.
the most.
It's like-
I'm using that a lot because that's kind of how I feel about things. But yeah, and that is also how I feel about this having all these G1 references. It was like a big, amazing deal. Like, wow.
Yeah, it's a giant nostalgia bomb, because in the first season we just had Starscream. Second season, oh, we get Ravage. Hey, that's good. Oh my god, we get so much more.
As somebody whose sole exposure to real G1 had been G2 toys and the Transformers the movie, this still managed to feel super consequential.
Yes.
They did a really good job of just making it feel big and momentous and impactful, and the characters treating it with the reverence that they do, and the cinematography treating it with the reverence that they do, and the almost ridiculous scale differences just makes the entire thing resonate.
Oh yeah, when we get to the scale differences, that's a big thing. We'll get there, but at some point, Black Arachnia calls Silverbolt JoJo.
Yes.
I mean,
Why?
that makes sense. This is a pretty bizarre adventure.
Yeah.
Good, Rob. I didn't have to make the reference myself.
Well, no, it's because he's JoJo, the dog-faced boy.
Oh, that's what's
Ah.
fun. I was wondering, it's like, that can't be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
She's been doing a lot of dog pet names with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everyone else has too.
Yeah.
True, I guess she's just had more opportunities than most.
Yes.
Poor guy.
I mean, was that a pun there with pet names?
It sounded like one.
It wasn't entirely deliberate, but I'll take it.
Okay.
She also goes on to call him Bone Brain.
Yes.
Which I think works on 3 levels.
Oh, yeah.
And I do have a question here, though. What exactly is Black Arachnia planning to do with this ship?
Well,
Hide it, maybe?
Have a ship.
Yeah, oh yeah, she might want to get off the planet.
That would seem like a bad idea.
It's a bad idea, but...
And I'm pretty sure that ship has never... I guess in the comic it eventually flew again. I don't know if they have... I don't know if the Ark can get back off the ground again at that point. I mean, that's kind of... That's shooting for the stars there.
I don't know, maybe there's a shuttle inside it or something.
Could be your...
If nothing else, there's so much ancient technology inside that thing, you could probably turn it into a pretty secure base.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you had to, but you got a perfectly good one. Unless somebody dropped off a cliff or something, that'd be dumb.
Well, Black Arachnia doesn't have a perfectly good base currently.
No.
Well, this is true.
So
and she has the keys.
She does have the keys, as we find out that she stole all the way back in Coming of the Fusors.
Well, it's not so much that she has the keys. At this point, she kind of is the key.
I really appreciate that we talked before when it happened that Black Arachnia was really bad at lying. And I appreciate that at this point it becomes clear that Megatron obviously didn't believe her, but was just, like, sure, whatever.
I'm not going to press it until it's important.
Yeah. And speaking of importance, Megatron's here.
Because for one thing, that's one of those things that makes him seem, if she was being that bad of a liar, and you could see it being something that was like just being played up for the audience, but it really would speak badly of him if she was being that bad of a liar and he did not actually notice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's nice at this point, it's just like, no, Black Arachnia, you stole all my stuff. Now open the door.
I love the dramatic timing of Megatron showing up the instant after Black Arachnia is looking at the Ark and saying, "It's all mine!"
Nope. And in a reversal that I enjoyed here, Silverbolt becomes the damsel in distress.
Oh, yeah, that's so nice.
Because obviously Megatron wants in, Black Arachnia does not want to let him, and he can't shoot her because she is the codes.
Yeah.
But he can shoot Silverbolt.
Yep.
And she initially tries to call his bluff.
Yeah,
but she's still a bad liar.
She's not a good liar. So she eventually gives in, and because she does love the big lug after all.
Mm-hmm.
Although she claims it's not because of that, it's because the Maximals are going to show up any second and try to shoot them both, so they better get inside.
Yes. But again, not a good liar.
No.
And so he gets access to what he describes as Teletron.
Well, it's got 2 ways, Oh, but after Megatron closes the hole behind him with the rubble, shoot the explosion.
Well, I think he shot it after, just as soon as he showed up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he shot Black Arachnia. Silverbolt got blasted into the Ark by the kind of splash damage, and then blasted by the Ark's force field and knocked down. And then Megatron looks back at the hole and blasts it shut. And then the Maximals get there an instant later, and Optimus commands them all to start digging.
Yeah.
He's all, "By Primus, no!" Yes.
He is very concerned. I mean, rightly so.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so Megatron gets in, and it's big speech time.
Oh, such delicious big speeches.
He tells Black Arachnia to use the Ark's autoguns to keep the Maximals busy while he goes to effect a more permanent solution.
Yes.
The most permanent solution, really.
Oh, wait.
It's hard to solve this particular problem more thoroughly.
Is this where Primal makes the horrible diecast joke?
Yeah,
when
the Maximals get in
to...
and they're trying to get into the ship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Turn down the autoguns, and there's a gag about how diecast construction is a lost art. And it's kind of cheesy because he says it right at the camera.
Yeah. Yes, at least he commits to the fact that it's a bad joke.
He smirks at the camera. And also, it's after Rat Trap says that ship wasn't built, it was poured.
Yes. And Primal says die-cast construction. It's a forgotten art.
Also,
it's a lost art.
It's a lost art.
Also, as soon as he sees the arc, he continues being cryptic, but his crypticism is now apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Accurate, but
Yes.
I'm still not telling you what is going on here, but it's super bad, trust me.
Well, at this point, he doesn't really have time to explain. Just trust me, it's bad.
And speaking of things that aren't really explained, they shoot this main gun, and that somehow just shuts down all the defenses and also opens the doors up a titch because, listen, this episode is ending in 5 minutes.
Well, exploding the gun
it
seems to overload the system, which shocks Black Arachnia and knocks her out. So I guess that turns off the shield.
Locks her out, knocks out the force field. Rat Trap is trying with the doors for longer than Optimus is willing to put up with, so he just has Rhinox blast them and then try to Hercules the doors open.
It's more than Rhinox can put up with. Rhinox just gets fed up and shoots the door. Or the door lock.
And also, Primal, why aren't you helping with this door? You're a big, strong monkey man.
Yeah, he should have been trying to force it, but instead, Rhinox is the one prying open the door, which is nice. It's like, Rhinox is, oh shit, I know what's about to happen. I read this too.
I read that file.
Anyway, inside we have Megatron walking in and starting to speechify again, and then he starts hovering, and oh, it's so wonderful.
Now I enter these hallowed halls a conqueror.
Is that like a Roman emperor quote?
I don't believe so, but
or Alexander the Great or something.
Much like a lot of Megatron dialogue, it sounds like it could be.
Yeah. Or Shakespearean, maybe, it's hard to tell. Anyway, while he's hovering down a hallway, we see more new models. Well, one modified, better model and some new ones.
We definitely see Starscream. We get a nice little reflection in his dead eyes effect.
Yeah. Poor Starscream. You were that close to being able to inhabit your old body.
Yep.
Yeah. He's just a few more miles away and you would have had it. Oh, well. But then he would have had two sparks in one body, and that'd never work out, would it?
Oh, no.
Not
dumb.
Especially not if you share the same name.
No.
No. Anyways, there's also Skywarp and a Soundwave and some other guys it's hard to make out. You probably figure out. I just didn't bother.
And these guys are all huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is where the scale comes into, because the door didn't really, well, the outside door seemed kind of big. The inside door didn't seem that big, but Megatron is like 1/4 or 1/5 the size of these guys.
I mean, you could always assume based on how they interacted with indigenous life that had a known size that Beast Wars Transformers were much closer to human size, but here it's really brought home.
Oh yeah. Black Arachnia, whenever she's doing her Matrix Eyes code beaming thing to control the ship, her neck is pointed up at a 45-degree angle to meet the input terminals.
We're speechifying.
Well, they also said that some of that was for dramatic purposes, like when Dinobot is standing, on a high hill in the distance, they intentionally shrunk the model because otherwise it wouldn't look as cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's definitely a bit of that in what's coming up with, like, Megatron is the size of Optimus Prime's head.
Yeah. Ludicrously gigantic, but it's very effective. It's like he's in a hall of giants.
Well, I think that was the effect they were going for.
Yeah, no. It's great. Really works.
I'm resisting the urge to just quote Megatron's entire speech.
Yeah, I kind of just want to quote this whole speech, but it's a long speech, and I can't do it better than David K.
Yeah. I wanted to do it too. I just didn't even bother writing it down. It's like,
you know what? Give
just
David
go watch
K the
it.
Respect. David, can you edit the speech into the episode?
Yeah, I might probably be able to do that.
The Great War, where the Autobots defeat the Decepticons, and thus their descendants, the Maximals, rule we Predacons. Archaic energon guzzlers, how dare they? Unwilling though I was to follow my namesake's instructions, it has all come down to this. The ultimate risk for the ultimate prize. A day of reckoning with those who made us slaves!
I think that's a small enough clip to be fair use.
Yes. And certainly we're telling you in this review, very enthusiastically, please watch these episodes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness, yes.
Spectacular.
Yes, I mean, certainly it's a good monologue, but it's not as good when it's not paired with the visuals, which are also excellent.
Right.
So Megatron has done his speechifying, and Megatron wins. Time
Yeah,
is
he gets to his goal, which is Optimus Prime, and he blows his head off.
Optimus
Yeah, he
Prime.
charges up his big old gun and just blasts Optimus Prime in the head, which just, we were talking about the use of scale before, and this is just on an entirely different scale, because they start zooming out while Gary Chalk's doing the big no that he's famous for.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And they just show this vortex getting bigger and bigger.
Oh, it's because it starts inside the ship at Optimus Prime's body, then outside the ship, hitting everybody else, outside the mountain. You could see it from the edge of Earth. You could see Earth orbit, and it just keeps going and going.
It consumes the planet, and it keeps going.
It's a giant time storm.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Not
not quite.
The Beast Wars Megatron is the best Megatron. Because he has another short speech after Primal's panicked maximum in his screaming. Evil triumphs, and you, pointing at the viewer, he says, you no longer exist. End of the episode. To be continued, question mark.
Question mark.
Because
The series is over, guys.
Yes. And the next season yet.
The
series is over, and also the universe is over.
The first season ended by killing Primal and maybe some other guys, and it's like, oh, the Beast War's over, we're stranded on Earth, that sucks. No, this destroys Transformers, the entire war, it rewrites time itself, destroying the universe. Megatron wins by killing everything. He kills time itself.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
What's happening to Optimus to kind of help visualize this is really cool, with him just shifting back and forth between his beast faces and his robot mode faces from both versions of himself.
Yeah, he's flickering back through time.
Yes.
And Megatron's taunt at the end is just, and I say this with all due respect to Dr. Doom, one of the best villains of all time. Dr. Doom wishes he could have a moment of triumph and a victory taunt as amazing as this.
Yeah, I haven't actually read the recent Secret Wars yet. I don't think Dr. Doom's going to have a speech this good, especially since he loses at the end. No, Megatron wins at the end of this season. Wins everything. Admittedly by destroying everything, but he wins. He's the most successful Decepticon, Predacon villain in pretty much any cartoon ever.
Yeah.
Complete and total success.
Yeah. It's pretty great.
It's exactly what he set out to do from episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
It's what he thought he wouldn't be able to do in episode 1 because he thought he was on the wrong planet.
Yeah.
And so
no, he didn't.
He does say he says he was reluctant to follow his well, I don't know if they use the word ancestor, but he was reluctant to follow those instructions up until that very point, I think, when it became clear when, he couldn't win, I guess. Yeah. So it was like the final gambit.
Well, we know that he was there before, and I guess changed his mind and he dug an entrance and then he blew it back up.
Right.
I think, if I can no-prize this, I think it's that instead of killing Optimus Prime, he wanted to just kill humanity, because without the assistance of humanity, the Autobots wouldn't win the Great War, but it would have less risk of affecting the Predacons.
Yeah, like he was trying to find a way to, kill humanity and maybe seal up the shuttle for longer, maybe. But it's going to blow up in 1984 anyway. But yeah, it's like he chooses his own destruction to win.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of
can't have what he wants. He's just going to blow it all up.
Yep. Because he doesn't know what's even going to happen to, himself if this happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, as everything else around him is being wiped out, he's at the center of the vortex fine, as it works out. Well, as we're seeing his words at the end, he's the only one still standing. He exists outside time.
And, this is an amazing way to end the season. It would have been an amazing way to end the series, although a bit of a downer.
Oh, it would. There is another season, but this would have been a great ending.
Yeah, there's another season, and there are more toys to sell, so I don't know where do you go from here?
I was hoping
I have
we could leave
the writers kind of didn't know that either.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping we could leave it vaguer so we can do like a bonus episode next time and pretend that's where the series ended. But...
I kind of feel like if that was where the series ended, it would be one of those things that, like, everyone with even a vague interest would already be aware of. Like, that series with that completely messed up ending where, like how the Mighty Max cartoon ended with a time loop that went back to the first episod.
Or how Dinosaurs ended with a mass extinction event.
Okay, that's kind of similarly ballsy by killing everyone. Or was it Exo Squad that ended by, like, the war stopped and aliens showed up out of nowhere?
Yeah,
that's it.
And there was going to be, like, no, it turned out according to the rumor was that it was going to have some Robotech tie-in because the toys did, but apparently the Wikipedia page clears that up.
Well, yeah,
or the USA Double Dragon cartoon that revealed in the last episode that despite all logic, the main bad guy of the entire series was one of the two brothers who was one of the main characters, and had been fighting that bad guy on screen in previous episodes.
Yeah.
For reasons.
No, this ending makes sense in a crazy time travel kind of way, but Beast Wars Megatron is the best Megatron.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
Despite reminding us what G1 Megatron was like just last episode.
Yeah.
He manages to be better. He does what the original Megatron never could.
Well, I mean, he kind of did in the movie.
Well, kind of, but not really. He shot the side.
Well, there were also fewer giant griffins involved.
Well, yes. But yeah, this whole season has been the high mark of Beast Wars, and definitely one of the high points of Transformers fiction in general.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and it all sort of fits together. It's very episodic, but it also, there's strong continuity between all 13 episodes. And it all really comes together in a way that you don't see a lot on kids. You certainly didn't in the 90s.
Yeah.
In the 90s, you didn't see this kind of fitting together on TV in general. Like,
no.
There was Hill Street Blues, and then there was Deep Space Nine, and then there was, like, The Sopranos and Buffy, and a few other things around that time. And that's when that 5. Really kind of started.
Yeah, Babylon 5.
Yeah, Babylon 5.
Babylon 5 is kind of similar, considering how, like, the end of seasons would be important. Until they ended the 4th season the way they wanted to end the 5th season, then they had to make a 5th season anyway and didn't have anything to do.
Yeah.
Just made up stuff.
And J. Michael Straczynski did do a ton of kids' cartoons in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He wrote, like, a ton of the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I think he wrote a bunch of He-Man as well.
Yep.
And I believe Jace and the Wheeled Warriors.
Yes, I think he was the showrunner for that.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Or the head writer or something.
Has the best opening.
He also wrote, I think, the first 2 episodes of The Spiral Zone, but he had his name taken off of them.
Oh.
Huh.
The sheer amount of Babylon 5 he wrote is unprecedented. Like, he wrote more of Babylon 5 than Aaron Sorkin wrote of shows Aaron Sorkin is noted for writing.
Wow.
He could have technically gone to the Hugo Awards and just plopped down Babylon 5, seasons 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
And what's more impressive is that he probably wasn't on nearly as much cocaine as Aaron Sorkin was when he did his shows.
Yep. And then he started writing Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's not so good.
That started out okay.
Writing a serial always seems really unpleasant to me because then you can't go out and revise the earlier stuff. I say as a novelist.
Oh yeah, it's probably one of the bigger reasons that Charles Dickens is so respected, because he was writing all his stuff without a tightrope, publishing each chapter as he finished it.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the agenda, and please join us next time, if there is a next time.
Question mark.
We're probably gonna have to watch, Beast Wars Neo or something.
Something.
Yeah.
Something.
Do some sort of interstitial episode, do some wrap-ups, maybe, read some viewer mail or listener mail if we get some listener mail.
That would be nice. Please, yes. Right into the Maxim mailbag.
Yes, that's right. stasispodcast@gmail.com. Yes. Tell us about where you thought this was going, because remember there was a long this aired in March. Next season didn't air till October. So what did you think was going to happen at the time?
Oh man.
I mean, I had ideas at the time, but they would have been ludicrously expensive to produce.
I figured this was it. It's like, oh, that's done. It's a great way to go, but man.
But until then, if reality still exists, you can find us all over the internets. We are on Twitter at @StasisPod. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/StasisPod. And we're on Tumblr at stasispod.tumblr.com.
And our RSS feed is hosted by iaconunderground.net.
And we are also on iTunes, presuming that nobody has gone back in time and killed Steve Jobs.
That would be really unfortunate.
Yeah. I'll be using Galaxy phones.
Yeah.
And,
I say this as a Nexus user.
And while you're there, just
you wouldn't be using
Megatron
Nexus phones without Apple. Samsung wouldn't have had anybody to rip off.
But anyway, just as Megatron carved his message into the golden disc, please carve your messages into iTunes, rating and reviewing us. But do not actually carve them into your computer. Because even if somebody blows up your computer, they won't be able to get it from a fragment of your computer. You have to put it on the internet.
Yeah.
Backups are important.
Yes.
And they might be stolen by one of your treacherous subordinates, so be very careful.
That would be unfortunate.
You won't necessarily have, a boyfriend to threaten with imminent destruction to get those back.
Yeah.
Lonzo, you've got a pretty rad Tumblr. You want to plug that or any other projects you've been working on?
I've been kind of taking a break from Tumblr lately. I put up some, fun stuff that I find, but it's, I've kind of done away with the daily updates for the time being. Although if you want to go and look through the backlog of it anyway, that's monzo12782.tumblr.com. The latest thing I put up was a quote from Alan Moore talking about a Bizarro series that he wanted to do in 1984, which would have featured Bizarro Earth 2, which would have been a second Bizarro world, just touching the tip of the other one.
So, two cubes next to each other?
Yes.
Yeah, just touching at the corners.
Huh.
Oh, and Bizarro Superman would have had, instead of a Phantom Zone, a Solid Zone, which is just a big block of concrete. He'd go up to it and knock on it and say, "Bizarro criminals, am you okay in there? We am okay, Bizarro."
We am okay, yeah, so they're...
Oh man, maybe we live in the alternate universe where somebody went back in time and canceled that comic, because that sounds amazing.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd take that over Watchmen.
Sure.
I'd definitely take over the sequel to Watchmen.
I'd take it over Killing Joke.
Yeah, I'd take it over Killing Joke.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Alan Moore would take it over Killing Joke.
Yeah.
True. Although Brian Boland would not take it over Killing Joke, because he's still got to be raking in those royalties.
Yeah.
Well, find something else nice for him to draw. Can he draw cubes? Cement blocks?
Well, there was some artist attached to this pitch, wasn't there?
Kevin O'Neill.
Kevin O'Neill, right.
Oh.
Who, I'm sure is doing fine with his League of Extraordinary Gentlemen money.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not from that movie, but...
Yeah.
They keep saying they're going to make a new one.
No, don't. The first one was so bad it caused Sean Connery to retire.
I mean, by saying, I really mean threatening.
Threatening. Make another one. We'll do it. Unless you give us $1 billion.
Well, wasn't the last movie that Sean Connery was in officially about finding the last beaver in Scotland and he was a skateboarding grandpa?
Yes, it was a hideously CG animated Scottish movie.
Yeah.
Guardian of the Highlands or something?
Just don't look it up. It's not worth it. It's
Don't Google image search it, for God's sake. The animation is nightmare inducing. It's like Food Fight.
Worse than Food Fight, possibly.
Oh, there is a new animated film in theaters now that is apparently as bad as Food Fight.
Oh,
yeah, I've
Norm
seen
of the North,
for it.
the polar bears.
Yes.
It looks bad.
Yeah, Rob.
I think the lead is Rob Schneider, which gives you some indication as to the quality of the rest of the voice cast.
Tells you everything you need to know.
Rob Schneider is a polar bear. And he's going to find out that life in the big city isn't as easy as it looks.
Oh boy.
Please don't go on. I may kill myself.
No, just go see Star Wars again or Hateful Eight or something. Wait, what? We're a movie podcast now? No.
Apparently. Well, it's all computer animation.
Yeah.
Star Wars has a lot of practical effects for this one.
That's true.
So much. There's only like 2 characters that are all CG.
It's Lupita Nyong'o, and who's the other one?
Snoke.
Oh, right.
There's Andy
Of course,
Serkis.
he's, what's his name? Claw.
Mm-hmm. Oh, should we have plugged TF Wiki? Because Monzo. Wait, Monzo, do you still run them?
Everybody loves TF Wiki.
I guess, yeah. They got Tumblr.
Well, I do run the TF Wiki Twitter.
Yeah.
And it's kind of me and McFeely who do the Tumblr.
Oh.
I think Waukee has access to it too, but he never seems to use it.
Well, he's pretty busy these days.
Yeah, well, right now he has the children.
And also,
Swanlings.
daily webcomic.
That whole,
A daily webcomic that he's like, still 3 months ahead time? Although,
he had to be, because, babies. They're babies.
Totally babies.
So anyway, until next time, barring the destruction of the universe, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
I'm Matt.
And I'm David. You no longer exist!
This podcast no longer exists! Because the time's over, but there will be another episode.
Yeah, there's always more Transformers. Always. Another is there is.
I unleash the storm of vengeance. Farewell. Say goodbye to the universe, Maximals. The future has changed. Yes, the Autobots lose. Evil triumphs. And you no longer exist.